Melissa Smith. I am the Chief Human of Cure Human. So I was born in the Bronx. From there, we moved to the Rockaways in Queens, so the heart of New York City. Both mom and dad are immigrants, so they're not from the United States. They are from Trinidad and Tobago. As great as it was growing up, we were barely middle class, if that. We just never knew it. So coming here and me being their firstborn, that was a lot. I was a first-generation college student. Neither of my parents had had that experience. And all throughout my life, what they've taught me was how to be an entrepreneur. Without knowing what that term meant or what it meant for me, senior year, I had graduated, looking for a job, got this really cool gig doing marketing and consultant work for a nonprofit with the hospital. That opened up this marketing consulting gig. This was with the WIC program. I moved from New York in 2018 to North Carolina. I had just shifted back into nonprofit sector work. And 2 years into being in North Carolina, I was stuck with the pandemic and getting back into that industry that I wanted to be in. From there, I had a choice to make. Do I stick with what I went to school for, or do I pursue what I feel like is my intrinsic motivator, which is to support people? And one of the areas they don't get support in, even from those they should, like HR professionals. Chief Human to me cuts through all the crap of leadership titles. It gets to the heart of what we do, which is to serve people. And so at its basic, it's just about being a person that is taking care of the people around you.
Hi, my name is Ainsley Sesniak. I'm an Honors Carolina Scholar at UNC Chapel Hill, and I am the founder and CEO of Speak Out Sisterhood, a global nonprofit. Our program, called Generation Yes, we work on a bunch of different issues, looking at everything from women's health to financial barriers to women's success, all around that same idea of how can we bring young people into these conversations of equity and advancement of women in STEM. I had a very interesting childhood because I moved around a lot. It was challenging to constantly have to move between communities and kind of reinvent my life. And so I guess through that, I sort of developed an ability to see, what do I want in life? Who do I want to be, and how can I make that happen? I create my own destiny. And I've always been the kind of person where if I see something that isn't right, or if I want to do something but it isn't there, I'll create it myself. The organizations that we see today, someone had to be the one to step up and say, hey, there's no organization that's advocating for childcare legislation. Let's create one. And then Reshma Saujani makes Moms First, which is an organization that does just that. You have to be the one to step up and say, hey, there's a gap. We need to fill it. That's kind of a running theme in my journey. I started a club in high school for women in STEM. I started a mentorship program for AWS North Carolina when I was their student STEM programs chair. I have now started this organization all around this goal of how can we create the next opportunity? How can we fill this gap that isn't being filled otherwise? In the future, I would love to see more women recognizing their value and not being afraid to stand up for what they believe.
My name is Dr. Min Gao, and I support education products at Lenovo. I was born and raised in Northeast China. It's a small city with limited resources for education. My family decided that I'll move to Shanghai by myself to live and study there. Then I moved to the US when I was 18 to first attend college. I went to NC State for a PhD in material science and engineering to see how we can make better nanocomposites for computing performances. So I would finish the classes while being a research assistant in the laboratory. I was also in a program under the MBA to study the entrepreneurship related to technologies. While I was completing my PhD program, I wanted to find a place that aligns with my value and I'm able to combine my skills in speaking multiple languages to my engineering training. That's when I find Lenovo. When people are willing to do what they can to support others, they are building a better community. And if we are all willing to consider spending some of our free time and use that to invest in the communities, we will overall have a way better community to live in.